Well, support. I'll try my best here.
To not do a crappy job.
So, Origin. Talk about Origin. OriginMain.com. That's where you can go for all the cool Origin stuff. Supplier of... Yes, Jocko has supplements. Jocko supplements. Krill oil, Joint Warfare. Two very good. Essential. I would say essential.
Yeah.
Like if you're working out and stuff.
Actually, somebody asked me yesterday someone said, hey, on a budget, got sore joints, krill oil or Joint Warfare? That's a hard question. That might be the hardest question I've gotten on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, I take them both all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one is the better one.
Yeah.
You know what I recommended though? I said Joint Warfare.
Yeah.
Because I know the Joint Warfare. I have noticed specifically my shoulder was jacked up, and the Joint Warfare, it was like healing. So with that, I said, hey, go with the Joint Warfare.
Yeah.
At least to start with. If you can, get both.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say, and
I
that.
couldn't do muscle ups for like 6 months.
Oh, because your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's jacked up, man.
Yeah.
And you know me, I don't even say anything. I work around it.
Yeah.
Like for a while, I couldn't do any kipping pull-ups. I could only do dead hang pull-ups.
Why?
That was the same as my shoulder. It was my shoulder. Like I couldn't. Whatever. I don't know why. And you know, I would go see. Sometimes I go see physical therapists, and I try and explain to them what's going on, and they try and overlay their vision of my problem onto me.
Yeah. Based
like
on,
for instance, it makes no sense that kipping pull-ups would hurt, but dead hang pull-ups wouldn't, right? Why does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
You know what I mean?
Regardless,
I could do ring dips, but I couldn't do ring muscle-ups. I couldn't do them because it was injured. Yeah. So, you know, and all I do is I modify the workout as best I can, you know, and for a while I was only doing dead hang pull-ups. Yeah. And so I would do weird things. I do dead hang, all different grip pull-ups. I do dead hang weighted pull-ups. I did all kinds of different things to get through it. But I still like to do kipping pull-ups. And eventually now I can do muscle ups again, and I can. It was hurt for. I'd say it was hurt for about 6 months, but I've been back in the game now for, I don't know.
How'd you do it?
How'd I do what? The shoulder?
Yeah.
No idea. Just like general usage.
Bro, that's Greg hurt his back, messed it up.
Yeah,
too,
I know.
By the way,
I saw him yesterday.
You know how he did it?
Yeah, opening the window in his bed. From his bed, and his wife locked the window.
I know, man.
His wife locked the window.
He was telling me, and I was laughing, and I think he might have thought I was like laughing at him, like, oh, you're getting old kind of thing. But I was laughing at that. I was laughing at just the idea of injuring your back really bad by laying in bed, opening a window.
That's like people telling you, get after it. If you weren't in bed, and he was trying to let cool air in, right? He's too hot, so he's trying to get more comfort.
Yeah.
More comfort than laying in bed.
That's irony, right? That's what that is.
I don't even want to. I'm gonna knock on wood because like I don't even say anything when someone gets injured. Man, I hate it because I hate being injured. That's the weird thing too is when you get injured, you think that injury. It seems like the injury is gonna last forever. Yes. I always have that feeling like this is just never gonna go away because you don't notice these incremental little things. But when you get injured, if you remember the fact that there's tiny, tiny incremental progress being made and you keep working and keep doing it, eventually it's going to heal and you'll be joyous again.
Yeah. And
you'll be joyous again.
Really appreciate that too. You know, like when you're out and you're like, freaking, I remember that day when I was fully not injured and I just chose to not go train or not. But then when you're injured, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. You do what you can. People ask me that all the time. What do you do when you get injured? Do what you can. Do what you can. That's what I did. Like I couldn't do muscle ups. Okay, cool. I would do ring dips. I would do every other exercise around muscle ups except for muscle ups themselves because I couldn't do them at that time.
Yeah.
Now I'm back in the game.
Big time.
Kipping pull ups are back.
Got that Joint Warfare.
Yeah, Joint Warfare.
Boom.
Get it.
Yeah.
And krill oil. I'm telling you, I think you should do both. That's what my opinion is, and that started for me years ago when I went on krill oil and glucosamine chondroitin, and now of course we have it in the glorious super krill.
Of course,
Joint Warfare.
Yeah,
and you're supporting the podcast, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Get that for your joints. Also, gis and rash guards. A lot of times people when they start jiu-jitsu, and this was going on since the beginning. People be like, what gi should I get?
Yeah.
And let's be at the time I was like, okay, and actually Origin was one of them, but I didn't know as much about Origin.
Right.
I was like, yeah, they're cool. And then the one I saw was like kind of expensive. So I was like, yeah, Origin's cool if you want the high end one and stuff like that, and it was cool. But Origin has all levels.
No, actually not true. They don't have all levels.
What do you mean?
If you want to get a $28 gi,
No, okay,
you can't get a low level gi.
Yeah.
You can get medium or awesome.
Yeah, so okay, it's a good point. So
Yeah.
the medium is
Because the first gi I ever bought was $40.
yeah. See, I have never messed
It lasted
with.
3 weeks.
I bought one for $99, and it was really really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't even know the brand. I don't
Yeah.
even know if it had a brand, but yeah, it shrunk to the point where it fit normal, and it shrunk almost up to my elbow. By the way, yeah. And so to me, if the next one I want to say was like 120, it was like a regular one of these brands. I don't know, I forget, and it was fine. Oh, I know the brand. I'm not gonna say it to hate on it, but to me it shrunk and it wasn't that cool. Nonetheless, now that I have a Origin gi, I have two of them by the way. They are way better. And I'm not, I know just you're looking at me like it just sounds like, oh, I got this and it's way better. The thing is, it is.
No, they
It
are.
is straight up way better.
Yeah.
And they have different kinds of weaves or whatever. But and really the point there is when people ask me, and if you're wondering what gi to get, go on the website and you can see whichever, like if you're like, hey, I want the Cadillac one, which I recommend by the way, because it's extra dope. Or you just want the regular one, they're all good. Quality, all made in America too, by the way.
And rash guards.
Rash guards. Yeah, Pete just sent me 3 rash
Did
guards.
he send you the... That thing is dope.
One of the ones, American made, American hands.
Yeah,
Oh, Jocko,
that
your
one's
hand.
cool. But wait, did he send you the other one? He didn't send it to you.
Which one?
It has... I'll give you a hint. It says it's got the chemical formulation for soda on it. Do you have that one?
No,
Okay.
no, yeah.
You'll see it.
Yeah, no. I saw some samples, but yeah, some good rash guards, and they fit good too. So, and again, I'm not gonna say the brand name, but this is a very good, kind of high end combat sports brand. Rash guards, gis. I'm not gonna say the name because it doesn't matter, because it's a matter of opinion anyway. So I don't want to influence that way. But I got some rash guards, and I was like, cool. They look dope, and I'm like, cool. But you put it on, and it just didn't work out, Like I can't wear this because just how it fits and stuff like that.
Was it baggy?
It was baggy.
No way. I was actually trying to make a joke.
Yeah,
because like if you have a baggy rash guard, dude, you need to start jacking some steel.
Yeah, and
you need to start
I agree with
deadlifting
that.
and squatting if your rash guard's baggy.
I agree with that, but it was weird because it was baggy in certain areas.
That is weird.
I don't know. Either way, originmain.com. Get some cool stuff. Also,
It's made in America. No big deal.
yeah, from beginning to end too.
It's just funny you just said the whole thing, but the actual one of the best things about Origin is made in America. That's awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah.
With American hands.
Well, then again, I don't know. Think about this. What if it was all made in America? It was, then legit from the cotton grown all the way to the end product. But when you get it, the rash guard fits all baggy in certain areas.
No,
I don't know.
good.
Kind of defeats the purpose, really.
Well, yeah, look what happened with cars in America in the 80s, right? People started buying Japanese cars because the American quality. They wanted to buy America, but the American quality wasn't there. It's back now.
Yeah.
But at that time period, yeah, your rear view mirror was going to fall off.
Bumper.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, how, I don't know if you ever had a friend or something, or maybe yourself, you start like a clothing brand, right? I remember back when I first started jiu-jitsu, like everyone, that was kind of like the thing. I'm start a clothing brand.
Start jiu-jitsu. Month 3, start a clothing brand.
Yeah, that was kind of like the joke, And so a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, but some people, that's kind of the textbook process. You start your brand, you give away your stuff to key people, and, hopefully it kind of takes hold and takes off. So sometimes I'd get the shirt, and the designs are cool for the time. They were cool, but then when you put on the shirt, it doesn't like fit correct, or because when they got the blanks, they just were like, "Hey, I gotta cut costs. Hey, this is a blank black shirt. What's the difference?" kind of thing. But the thing is, there is a difference, at the end when you put it on, bruh, the design can be outstanding, but if no one's gonna wear it, then who cares? So, who knows?
Check.
But it is a big deal. Made in America from the cotton all the way to the end product. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's on top of the fact that the product is perfection.
Concur.
Also, speaking of fitness, being fit, were we talking about being fit?
Not really, but you go with it, bro.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes, we were. Muscle ups and joint warfare. That's what I was thinking about.
True.
Yeah. So, kettlebells, I'm into them. I think that this is just me because I'm spoiled, but the kettlebells from On It, and there's like copycat brands. They do that. I'm not saying with kettlebells specifically.
Are there copycat artistic kettlebells?
Here's the thing.
I haven't seen them.
I don't know if they're specifically copycat. Because there's other ones, yeah, for sure. There's like a skull one and like there's other ones. But
if my head was a kettlebell, how much would it weigh?
I don't know, bro. Probably 88 pounds.
I'd love to be the heavy one.
Yeah, I saw one that's like dumb heavy. Like it's dumb. Like
Over
it's
103?
Like, yeah, it's like 200 something pounds.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah. It's like a skull one. Someone sent it to me on Twitter.
Oh, I thought they sent it to you in real life. I was going to come and take it from your house.
Bro, the meal. I buy it like when, okay, so how I did it was I got the chimp, right? It's like 35 pounds or something like that. So I get 2 of them. And that's when I started kettlebells. So they're like, start lighter. Light, so
they didn't mean 35, dude.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Wait, is that too light or not light enough?
Not too light. Come on.
Bro, when I started, I was like, this is appropriate. I got to be careful even with this because I had never really done it. I picked it up and, so I was staying safe. And I was like, cool, formulated a good workout. Now it's time to get the bigger ones, right? So I went up to, they're out of the one I wanted. So I went all the way up to the werewolf, which is like 62 pounds.
That's good.
So start doing that with that. Got good at that. Boom, boom, boom. So... But keep in mind, I'm getting them from On It. Like I have the luxury of getting like the good ones. I'm all spoiled. So I'm over here like I'm about to say, hey, everyone should have the design one because it's like cooler and I don't know. You get kind of how like when you get like a new cool rash guard, right? Something with a cool design on it. Yeah. You want to wear it and use it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that. You get that.
No,
so
I don't
you
get emotional about
up.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you do whatever, bro. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Anyway, yeah. Primal bells, zombie bells, and legend bells. Those are the ones. Cool jump ropes on there too, by the way. And other fitness stuff. Interesting fitness stuff. And again, the kettlebells. I recommend the kettlebells, but like me, start light. Don't swing it and hit your shin. Stuff like that.
You can jack yourself up.
Yeah.
There's some technique involved.
Yeah.
And you don't recognize that the momentum of swinging a kettlebell is a real thing.
Yeah, and then
it only weighs 35 pounds in your case, but when you swing it to the top of, and then you have to stop that thing, it's not weighing 35 pounds anymore. It's got momentum.
Yeah, and then when you stop,
it's got centrifugal
it's still
force.
Swinging.
Yes.
So you know the one where it's like a regular snatch. I guess it's not a snatch, but the clean.
Yeah.
You go up and it's they call it the rack position.
Right.
So even that, I've seen it done. So I'm like, oh, I can do that. I'll just use it light, but I'm doing it wrong. I'm like flipping it up where it lands on the back of my wrist, and then it like pulls my shoulder back. So I'm like, how do they do this? I was like, oh, I just got to use. But then I looked it up on YouTube, the actual technique. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
I almost chipped my tooth the other day with doing front squats with a kettlebell.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like lifted it up really hard because I was going picking it from the floor to like up to the position to start squatting, and I like did it so hard that I hit my front tooth.
Yeah, you
idiot.
Straight up kettlebell.
Yeah.
Bro, that thing. Yeah, they can be dangerous. Just be careful. That's the point. Anyway, onit.com/Jocko. Check them out. Those are cool ones. They have the regular ones too, but I don't know, man. Once you have the design one, you can't go back, my opinion. Not that I have any basis for comparison because I've never had the normal ones, but I've seen them in other gyms, used them before, and it's not the same, my opinion. Also, if you want to get this book, The Diary of Napoleonic Foot Soldier.
There you go.
Or any books that Jocko talks about. Or writes, author. by the way. We have direct links to all these books per episode on our website, jockopodcast.com. This is the book section. It's books from the episodes, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, go on there, click through there. Not only is it organized, you can find the correct book that you're looking for. It supports the podcast. Or if you're doing any other shopping that day or that moment or whatever, boom, carry on. Good way to support. Also, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all these podcasting providing platforms. And YouTube, by the way. YouTube, on top of the video version of this podcast, as we all know, we have little excerpts that you can share. So you don't have to share the whole thing. Or it's just more of a chance someone's going to listen to what you're sharing.
What else should we put on YouTube?
What else?
I think I should put stuff on YouTube because I think I could do it more frequently than you.
No, actually, maybe not because I do it 3 times a week if you count the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Monday, I've gotten into a good routine. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay. I'll look into that.
For the most part.
Okay. I still think maybe I should do something. I want to do something like, can you do live on YouTube?
Yes.
I need to do that.
Yeah. I don't know how. I've never done it before. But Joe Rogan does it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Live. Yeah. YouTube live stuff. Nonetheless, subscribe to the YouTube. There's some also deleted scenes. That's what we'll put on there. Maybe not as often, but if you want to see some behind the curtain, right? That's the expression. Behind the scenes.
If you want to hear me swear. Because apparently I just unleashed a bunch of swear words on the Skinny Knees podcast.
Sure.
I was swearing earlier today, pre-recording today as well. I forget what we were talking about, but it was something that made me feel the urge to swear.
Something emotional.
What was it?
I don't know. We're talking about a few things.
We'll have to check deleted scenes.
Yeah, we'll go to the videotape.
X or R-rated.
Sure.
Not X-rated.
No. Thankfully.
That's like nudity and whatnot.
And whatnot, sure.
That won't be on there.
Yeah, no, afraid not. Also, so yeah, that's YouTube. YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're into YouTube, saying that's a good way to support. Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. Go to jockostore.com. Makes sense, right? That's where you can get shirts, our shirts, the podcast shirts, Discipline Equals Freedom, all this stuff. Some cool ones on there. Look at those, and if you want something, get something. We also have women's stuff on there for the lady troopers out there. Or the guys, your wife or daughter or sister, mom. Boom. Dave Burke hit me up. He was like, my wife wants some shirts. I said, you got it.
Check.
Man. No worries.
She's in the game.
Yep. Some patches on there. Hoodies. The heavier hoodies. I got them.
They're live?
They're not live right now. But why
are you teasing everyone, man?
They'll be live this week, 100%.
Okay.
How about that? This week.
Good.
100%. Heavy.
New England.
For New England people, yes.
Minnesota.
For everybody. They're for everybody.
Minnesota. Chicago.
Yep. Michigan. All them.
Michigan.
Canada.
Because when you're up there, you sometimes you just wear that. That's what you wear.
Yeah.
That's all I used to wear when I was a kid.
Yeah.
From like November until March. Just a heavy hoodie. That's it. Get some.
Can't relate.
Not the hoodie that you made last year. The Kauai version.
That's not even the Kauai version. It's like the Big Island Mauna Kea version.
It's not even SoCal version. That thing was too light for SoCal.
Nah, it was
SoCal
medium.
Summer. I guess maybe.
Yeah, it was like medium.
I guess maybe, yeah. Looking forward to heavy.
Yeah, heavy's good. Hoodies on there. Other stuff, check it out. jockostore.com. That's a good way to support.
Hats too, right?
Hats.
You're supposed to get me hats.
Yeah, but
the
hat's not for you. The hats are for the people.
No, but I need hats too.
There's some hats on there. Oh, you need hats? Go to jockostore.com.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out.
There you go, bro. Also, psychological warfare. Good way to support yourself. Good way to help yourself. Good way to spot yourself. On your journey, I'm going back to journey. I'm saying journey now. On your journey / campaign against weakness, like, you're on the program now. You're waking up early now. You're working out. You got a workout program 5 days. I don't know. 3 days.
It's interesting you use the word program. This is interesting. Leif and the Delta Platoon commander, Seth Stone, back in the day, they like asked me for like what I did for workouts.
Yeah.
And I wrote out my workouts, and it's actually loosely they're in the Discipline Equals Freedom field manual. Yeah. But when I gave it to them, it just said at the top of the thing, it said the program.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I really like that expression, and I've been using it from. It's like one of those things. You know how you always say discipline will not allow that.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm on the program.
Yeah.
You know, well, I don't even know what program. It's just I'm on
the program.
Yeah. Exactly.
The program.
The program. Exactly right. So if you're on the program, which really life is, you should be on the program. Really. Yeah. If you're not, you're just like what? You're like short term.
You're not on the program.
Hunting,
we know
really.
that.
Yeah. It's bad. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're not on the program. I think that's the problem. You don't even realize you're not on the program.
Yeah. Well, if you've never been on the program, then you don't know that you're not on it.
Yeah. It's like what does JP call it? Like in unconsciously incompetent or something like that. You know, he has all the things, all the psychological states in learning. I don't know. Either way, if you don't know you're not on the program, you don't even know what you don't know, kind of thing. That kind of thing. Anyway.
Got it.
Back to the program. If you're on the program, but you experience those days, those moments of weakness, and you want Jocko to get you through them, help you through them, like a little spot. He's not going to take over, but as a spot. You listen to Psychological Warfare for your moment of weakness, and it goes by situation, right? Waking up, there's like waking up one, there's a missing workout one, there's procrastination one. There are all these. What it is it's an album with tracks. Each track is for each weakness that you may or may not come across. That's good.
Yeah. So as we got into, and that a lot of people like that album.
Yeah.
And so when Discipline Equals Freedom field manual was being created,
sure,
the normal option is you publish books on audible.com, and then they put together the book with chapters that you can listen to through the Audible app. It's very confined to that.
Yeah.
So for the field manual, the way the field manual is written, it's not written like a book. Mm-hmm. It's more like an album that you'd need to use with tracks. So anyways, to make a long story short, we are going to make another Psychological Warfare album. But in the meantime, we put out Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual, which is the book that just came out. And if you're looking for an audible version of that, you have to go to iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, everywhere that they sell like MP3 tracks, albums with tracks, and that's where you can get Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual audio version.
And that one makes a lot more sense though with it this way.
Oh, for sure.
Because it is like a manual. You know how like
and the thought was I didn't want to put it on an Audible book, the Audible format, because then people can't put it on their alarm clock. They can't just jump through it and listen to that track. They can't put it into their playlist while they're working out.
Yeah.
So therefore, not good.
Not as useful, yeah.
So I know we're not going to sell as many because when it's linked right there on the website on Amazon, people can click right to it. So we're not going to sell as many, but it's better anyways. It doesn't matter. I'd rather put out good product.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
And especially when you're referring to it, because that's really what a manual does.
Keep your money. Audible. Sure. No, because think of the link would be right there, you know? Because how many people?
What do you mean
okay, on Amazon, right it says formats for the book,
gotcha.
You know, hardcover, and then
Kindle,
and then Audible.
Gotcha.
Mine doesn't have that.
Nope.
So people can't click on it. And they've been asking me on Twitter, when's the Audible? Are you going to do an Audible one? And I just have to respond to everyone. It's on blah, 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 blah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, again, I'm more concerned that people that have it can utilize it properly.
Yeah. And I use Audible for sure. I do, but not as much. I use Kindle. That's where I read books, the actual like reading part of it. It's a long story, but this with the tracks, it is better because when you want to refer to, you know how like it's like, okay, I want to go to the martial arts part or the, you know, all these other parts. When you want to refer to it, it's gonna be. I'm thinking back with the Audible format. It's gonna be harder to be like, okay, let me go ahead and find it.
You're not gonna enjoy doing that effectively.
Yeah, but it is good to you know listen to
if one whole book from end to end for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Hit it up.
Yeah. But it does make more sense when you think about the whole scope of the Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual.
So if you get the opportunity to tell people that, and tell them, because I can't tell everyone. I tried.
Yeah.
That but where you can find it.
Here's the thing though. Ultimately, it's not hard to get. I mean, it's
not hard to get at all.
It's just not on the same.
It's just not
as
where you'd expect it, and people expect to find things where they expect to find things.
Yeah,
that's true. So we've thrown them a curveball.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's like I said, to produce something that would be less usable by people in the manner that they want to use it, or make it a little bit harder to find. Like I said, maybe not as many people can buy it because they won't find it. I don't care. I'd rather have the people that really want it get to use it the way they want to use it. That's how I roll.
The slowest curveball in the history of curveballs.
Yeah.
Here, get it on ice.
Yeah, here you have to do an extra click. You'd be surprised how many people have asked on social media when it's coming out.
Oh, right, in audio format. Yeah. That does make sense, though, especially if you're used to listening to audiobooks. Yeah. And you're like, okay, this is a book, right? Where's the audio? It totally makes sense. Audible.
Curveball.
Yeah, that is a curveball. That's true. I dig it.
Hey, while you're on Amazon, also, you can get Jocko white tea, which tastes good and will guarantee you a deadlift of 8,000 pounds. Some other books you can get on there are Way of the Warrior Kid. That's for kids that want to get after it, or even if you want your kid to get after it, you want to be smarter, stronger, better, you want to eat healthier, get them that book. Awesome feedback on that book, which is some of my favorite feedback is pictures of kids reading Way of the Warrior Kid.
Doing pull-ups. I saw.
And doing pull-ups and doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And doing flashcards and their little book reports. I like seeing little book reports. Remember, it's like when you do a book report when you're 7 years old, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah. It's like you're getting published for the first time as an author. You're like,
in
boom.
A way,
You're like, hey, I wrote this. Yep. This is my assessment of the book Way of the Warrior Kid. Probably the most important thing that's ever been written. Check it out. And I also drew a picture. You know what I mean? That's Uncle Jake right there. You can't hardly tell because it doesn't look anything like him, but it's supposed to be Uncle Jake. Art's not my thing over here. But yeah, I like seeing those little things. We got the book Extreme Ownership, written by myself and my brother Leif Babin. And it is about combat leadership. Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. Yes, the book that just came out. And thanks everyone for getting it, for spreading the word. I like a bunch of people have put on stacks. They're getting it not just for them, because they're on the path. They're on the program.
They're on the program.
They want to get their friends on the program. Yeah. They want to get their work person. They want to get their kid on the program. Father, son. Saw that one yesterday on social media. Father, son. Boom, boom. 2 copies. Getting on the program. So that's awesome and appreciate it. There's some funny reviews. I'll have to read some of the reviews, some of the Amazon reviews. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are awesome. There's one I should pull it out, but there's some awesome reviews. So if you want to write a review, you can do that too.
It's a work of art, really. I mean, to look at it,
I think it looks pretty cool.
It's pretty dope.
There's no other books that really look like that.
Not that I know of. No.
So that's that. And like I said, the audio version is on MP3, Google Play, iTunes, Amazon Music, and all that. If you need leadership support for your team or your business, then you can hire Echelon Front, which is our leadership and management consulting company. It's me, Leif Babin, JP Deneau, Dave Burke. Email info@echelonfront.com. And if you kind of liked hanging out with us on this podcast and you want to maybe cruise with us some more, you can find us on the interwebs. Twitter, Instagram, and a fishy boy. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink.